Math Online Academy. Today we want to learn inequalities. Inequality is a mathematical statement that compares two or more expressions. In inequality, we have different mathematical expressions and we try to compare them to know if they are equal or not, if or which one is greater than the other one, which one is less than the other one, and such other comparisons. That is what we do in inequality. And remember, what we are comparing is mathematical expressions. So in inequality, we're actually going to be looking at these signs. This, which means less than, this one, which means greater than, then this one, which means less than or equal to, then we are also going to look at this one, which means greater than or equal to. So these are the symbols we are going to be working with in inequality. If you want to solve an inequality, it is just the same way we solve normal linear equations, only that few changes are made if we change the sign in the inequality. Now the changes we can make is if we divide by a negative number, we change the sign. If we multiply by a negative number, we change the sign. So if we have So these three rules are important when solving inequalities. Number one, if we divide by a negative number, we are going to change the sign. Now, what this means is this: if we have minus x is greater than, if you have minus x is greater than 2, now here we want to clear the negative sign here. If we use this negative sign and divide this side, that is -1. So it is going to be that x is less than -2. X is less than -2. Now, if you have something again like okay, in the same way for multiplication, if we have x, if we have minus x is equal to -3 or is equal to 3, and we want to clear this negative sign, we can divide both sides by -1 to clear it, or we can also multiply it by -1 because minus times minus is equal to plus. So if you say minus x divided by -1 is equal to 3 divided by -1. In this way, 1 divided x will give us x, and this minus divided by minus will give us plus. Now in the same way, we can also clear it by multiplying by -1. So we can also say minus x multiplied by -1 is equal to 3 multiplied by -1. So we have this times this, minus times minus is equal to plus, and x times 1 is equal to x. Then 3 times -1 is equal to -3. So it gives us the same thing. Now the same way, if we have minus x is greater than 3, and we want to clear this minus using multiplication, then if we say minus x multiplied by -1, now this is going to reverse this one. So we have it is less than -3 multiply by minus 1. If we are multiplying by a negative number, then if we are multiplying both sides by a negative sign, then we change the sign. If I'm multiplying both sides by a negative number, we change the sign. If we're dividing both sides by a negative number, we also change the sign. So the greater than here is now changing to less than. So that means that x is less than minus 3. So whatever you want to do to the equation that involves dividing both sides by a negative number, you are going to change the sign. And whatever you are going to do to the equation that involves multiplying both sides by a negative number, you are going to change the sign. If we have x over if you have minus x over 2, minus x over 2 is equal to 4. For us to clear this minus, we are going to multiply both sides by negative 2. Negative 2. So we have so we have 2 divided by 2 and negative here, cancel negative here, that is negative times negative, so it becomes x here, then x is equal to minus 8. So in the same way, assuming that what we have here is greater than, if we multiply both sides by the negative number, then we are going to change it to less than, so to get the final answer. So dividing by negative number or multiplying by negative number, we change the sign of the inequality. Then the next thing that we change the sign of the inequality is when we change the position, that is root 3. When we change the sign of the position, when we change the position of the terms in the inequality, we are going to change the sign of the inequality. So if we have 2 is less than x, if we want to change the position to make the 2 to come this side and x to come this side, we are going to change the sign. So it becomes x is greater, this is less than here, so x now is greater than 2. If we have 3 is greater than x, if we change the position, it is going to be x is less than 3. So the 3 things that will change the position are dividing by negative number, dividing both sides by a negative number, multiplying both sides by a negative number, and changing the position of the terms in the inequality. Now with this, we can now solve some examples. Now let's solve this example. You can be asked to find the value of x in this equation. If we have 3x plus 13 is less than 1, and we are asked to find the value of x, what do? We solve it just like normal equation, but when it involves division of both sides by a negative number, we change the sign. If it involves multiplication of both sides by a negative number, we change the sign. Or when it involves change or position of the terms, we change the sign. That is the only thing that is different from solving this equation through normal method or normal linear equation. So we go on to solve it. So we say that 3x, we collect like terms. 3x is equal to 1 minus 13 . So 3x is equal to 1 minus 13 is equal to minus 12. Then x is equal to, if we want to get x, we divide both sides by 3. Remember that 3 is not negative. It does not have negative. Sorry. Less than. Less than. Less than. Now 3, we are dividing 3 here, both sides by 3. And the 3 here, it does not have negative. Because it does not have negative, we are not changing the sign. So it becomes 3x over 3 is equal to minus 12 over 3. 3x over 3 is equal to 3. 3x over 3 is equal to x, sorry. So we have that x is equal to minus 4. That is minus 12 over 3 is equal to minus negative is equal to minus 4. X is equal to, x is less than minus 4. X is less than minus 4. So nothing changed. We did not change the sign because we did not involve division by negative, and we did not involve multiplication by negative, and we did not involve change of the position of the terms. So this is the final answer. X is less than negative 4. Now let's solve this one also. Six x minus 2 is less than 2x plus 8. Now to solve this, we collect like terms normally. So this one coming to this side becomes minus is less than 8. This one has positive here. Coming to the other side, it becomes, it has negative here. Coming to the other side becomes positive plus 2. 6x minus 2x is equal to 4x. 8 plus 2 is equal to 10. Now here, we want to make x to stand alone. We divide by 4. The 4 does not have negative. Therefore, we are not changing the sign. So we have 4 divided by 4, we have x. So x or x is therefore is less than 10 over 4. So which we can divide further to get 2 whole number 1 over 2. That is 2 go, get 2, 2 go, get 5. So 2 divide this, get 2 whole number 1 over 2. So this is the final answer. We did not change the sign because we did not divide by negative and we did not multiply by negative and we did not change the position of the terms. So this is the final answer. Example 3. Now here we have 4 is greater than 6 plus 3y. Okay, let's collect like terms. Four minus y is greater than 3y. 4 minus 6 is minus 2. So we have that minus 2 is greater than 3y. Now to make y to stand alone, we divide both sides by 3. We are dividing by, the 3 here has positive, so we are not changing the sign yet because we are dividing by a positive number. So we have minus 2 over 3 is greater than 3y over 3. The 3 here does not have negative, so we did not change the sign. So we have this divided by this. So we have that minus 2 over 3 is greater than y. Okay. So with this, normally our unknown or the value or the alphabet we are looking for, we always place it at the left hand side. So we want to change the position of this so that y will come to this side. Now I told you that changing of sign, changing of the position of the terms will reverse the sign of the inequality. So we have that if we place y here, then this greater than is now going to change to less than. So y is less than minus 2 over 3. Y is less than minus 2 over 3. Example 4. Now let's solve this one. 2x minus 2 over 3 minus 3x minus 6 over 4 is greater than or equal to 1. Now let's solve this and see what it will give us. Now first of all, we find the LCM. The LCM between 3 and 4 is, there's nothing that can divide two of them, so we multiply two of them. That becomes 3 times 4, which is 12. So we now have, we multiply both sides by 12. It becomes, let's say, 12 divided by 3 will give us 4. Then 4 times 2x, we come to this, see the LCM is 12. We now say 12 divided by 3, that will give us 4. We use the 4 and times this. Then we come to this side and say 12 divided by 4, that will give us 3. We use the 3 and times this. Then everything, the common denominator is now 12. Then it's greater than or equal to 1. So what we're now going to have is 4 brackets 2x minus 2, that is 12 divided by 3, which will give us 4. Then minus 12 divided by 3, 12 divided by 4 will give us 3, and then 3, we use it and multiply the other term, which is 3 brackets 3x minus 6, that is this side, 3x minus 6. Then remember that we are dividing everything by 12, so the common denominator is 12. Now everything is greater than or equal to 1. Now we multiply, we have to take this 12 to this side by multiplying both sides by 12. Now that will give us, remember that this 12 is positive, it does not have negative, so we are not changing the sign. So it will just give us 1 times 12 is equal to 12. It will give us 12. Now let's solve this one. Let's simplify this side. Now 4 times 2x, it gives us 8x minus 4 times minus 2, minus 4 times 2. 4 times 2 will give us 8. Then on this side, minus 3 times 3x will give us 9x. Then minus 3 times 6 times minus 6 will give us plus 18. Everything is greater than or equal to 12. Now we simplify further by collecting like terms. collect items, we have 8x 8x minus 9x 8x minus 9x is greater than or equal to 12 plus 8. This one is negative here, so it becomes plus if you go to the other side. 12 plus 8 and this is plus 18 here, this is plus here, so if it is coming to the other side it becomes negative, so minus 18. Okay, so that becomes 8x minus 9x will give us minus x. 12 plus 8 will give us 20. That is 20 minus 18. So minus x is greater than or equal to 20 minus 18 will give us 2. 20 minus 18 will give us 2. Now this one has negative here. For us to clear it, we divide both sides by -1. Now, because we are dividing by negative, we are going to reverse the sign of the inequality, which is this one that is greater than or equal to 2. We are going to change the sign to less than or equal to. That is now 2 divided by -1. So if negative cancel negative and 1 divided by x, it gives us x. So x is less than or equal to 2 divided by -1 will give us -2. So this is the final answer. So we have reversed the sign of the inequality because we divided by a negative number. Okay, this is how to solve inequality. Now your assignment. Okay, in your assignment, you are going to solve this. X over 2 minus x over 6 is greater than or equal to 4 over 9. Then 2x plus 18 over 6 is less than or equal to 4. Then 3x minus 6 is less than 2 bracket x over x plus 4. And 4, 1 over 2, that is half of 4x minus 7 minus 1 over 3 of 1 minus 4x is greater than or equal to 6. So you solve this and sum it. Thank you.